a sign to us that things are progressing, things are moving forward. Okay? Because if the day and the night never happened, everything would be at a standstill. You see what I'm saying? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what did He tell us? He said the world is going to end one day, right? So you know when you see a car and a car is moving, it's going through its motion. It's going from point A to point B. Eventually that car is going to run out of fuel. Eventually that car is going to run out of gas. The same way an airplane, when it goes from point A to point B. Or a human being who runs from point A to point B. They're going through the motions, they're moving, but eventually you know it's going to become worn out, it's going to become tired, right? And that's what the sun, that's what the day and the night indicate to us. Every day, it goes by, then the night comes. Then the night goes by, then the day comes. The summer comes, then the autumn comes. Then the winter comes, then the spring comes. And everything's in a consistent cycle. But it's an indication that one day it's all going to stop. One day it is all going to come to an end. He also mentions really interesting benefit upon that. He said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only is the creation and the mechanical system of how He functions, the seasons and the day and the night, an indication to show us that the world will one day end, but it also has another amazing benefit. The other amazing benefit is that it shows us Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's absolute power and His control over everything. He said specifically, if you ponder over the night time and time when everyone relaxes. You know a time we're all relaxing? Relaxation at night time, the doors are closed, the phones are off, you know, you're at home with your family, then you're going to sleep. And how annoying is it when someone disturbs you when you're sleeping? Because that's your time to chill, relax, kick back. He said that's the time where you remember Allah's kindness, His generosity, His rahmah, because He made things easy for you. He made it a time for you to chill and kick back. But the daytime, when things are hard, you have to go out there and work. It's hot. The heat is slapping you in your face. You're sweating. Every step forward is difficult. Halfway through the day, you just want to relax and go sleep and take a nap. The heat is frustrating you. People start to annoy you easily. He said that is a time for us to ponder over Allah's anger and His punishment. Because He made things hard for you now. So in the night time, He made it a relaxation. Remember Allah's rahmah to you, His generosity to you, His softness towards you. The daytime in the heat, remember His anger. Remember His subhanahu wa ta'ala's punishment. Because that's how it may be. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from it. So we're going to take various benefits today inshallah. And I thought this would be, a very very relevant topic since we're all fasting. And we're fasting in the heat. And especially because we've been in these hot rooms for these classes for the last month, right? It's been burning and boiling, you guys. I know, okay, so may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. But I thought that maybe if you go through some of these benefits, it will motivate you to carry on working throughout the heat, working throughout the hotness of these classrooms and whatever have you. And it will show you how broad the kitab and the sunnah is, and the fact that it discussed everything, even the seasons. And what I'm going through with you is absolute summary. There's so much more that we could take. And the majority of the lessons, just in case any of you want to know, is from Ibn Qayyim or Ibn Rajab. Okay, it's what they bring in their works. What's it? Lata'if al-Ma'arif, the book, Lata'if al-Ma'arif, and just Ibn Qayyim's general works. Okay, so the first title is the Quran and the Summer. The Quran and the Summer. And we'll just sit on one section of the Quran when it goes through the Summer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells to us, إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Now listen, Mecca was the hub of trade, okay? And they were, the Quraysh in that area, they were the ones who were the most affluent in the whole of the Arabian Peninsula when it came to business and economics and commerce and whatever have you. For them, their situation was a bit interesting. Because generally speaking, people would only be able to go to do business once a year. But they would go twice a year. Because they would go, when it was summertime, they would go up north to Syria. Because Syria is generally a lot colder than the rest of the Arabian Peninsula. And in the summertime, it gets hot. So there's no point going to Syria in the winter because it's going to be really, really cold. And the camels, they can bear heat, but they can't bear the cold. So in the summertime, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we made for you a caravan that you can go, relax, easy, safely you can go all the way to Syria to do your business, to do your commerce, to do your trade, right? And in the winter time, you can also go and do your commerce and your trade. In winter they would go to Yemen, which is down south. And it's a lot hotter in Yemen, generally speaking. So because it's generally hotter in Yemen, it's better to go there in the winter time. It's not going to be... Yeah. So, generally speaking, when Yemen, in winter, because it's generally hotter, it's not going to be that cold. But Syria in the winter is going to be really cold. So the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did it for them was that they could go in their caravans easily. Twice a year. They'd go on one journey, sell their products, come back. The next year, go, sell their products, come back. Now, let's reflect upon this for a second, brothers and sisters. Because Allah gave this blessing to the Quraysh. They had food, they had money, they had wealth, they had riches all year round. There was not a day in the year that went past except they had food to eat. Except that they had business. They didn't experience poverty. But you have to understand why that's interesting. Is because the winter time, brothers and sisters, is that a time for us to generally, do we hear about people being able to make money during the winter time in those days? Can you farm in the winter? No, you can't farm in the winter. The animals are in hibernation. Is it easy to go take them up to graze and whatever have you, for them to eat from the crops? There's no crops there for them to eat in the first place. So the winter time is a time that you don't really associate with, success and a lot of business and whatever have you. The summertime is what Allah made as a blessing for that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to let the Quraysh know, listen, you people, I have honored you, blessed you and favored you so much that all year round you've got business, you've got food, you've got trade all year round. But for the majority of the people, that's not the case. Now how does that apply to us? Brothers and sisters, it is still true that the majority of the world will thrive in the summertime when it comes to business, and they won't thrive as much when it comes to the winter. Is that the case for the majority of the world?